Throw out the bear. Telling you guys about a bear lesson. I am living a painful situation at the moment. I have been with my girl for almost 4 years now. We live the biggest passion, love there can ever be between two beings. She told me in the first days of our relationship that she had a problem of rapidly losing interest in her partners, but that with me things seemed different. I have to mention that her beginnings were chaotic. My ex was constantly harassing. My girl was with a guy. I made her suffer a lot, because I was kind of elsewhere in my mind at the time and she probably felt I was slipping through her fingers. About a year after, things started to change. Her physical interest for me was much lower. I guess it paralleled the moment where no more suffering came from me and that I found stability. With the etc. time has passed. We bought a house together. She is actually now pregnant, and 2 months ago, she told me she was speaking with her ex, the dude she dumped for me, and really wanted to see him etc. I was unhappy of course, but eventually accepted. Now she is telling me that she would like to have an affair with him. That it is only physical and that she loves me more than anything. She actually told me that I too should have an affair, and even tries to find me potential women. I have to say my heart bleeds, as much as I love her. I am a faithful guy, and really could have gave her my fidelity forever. A thing I never even thought of before knowing her. I can't stand this situation. She has always been a very honest person and told me everything. Although lately she has been hiding stuff. I checked on her emails and found out they kissed, and that she is planning to go to his house. It really ruined me. She is 6 months pregnant for Christ's ducking sake. She would cheat on me with my child in her womb. I never felt anything as painful, believe me. I don't know what to do. Should I dump her? What about the child? I was so sure she was the one. My world is upside down. I really believe the child is mine. I have proof she has been talking to him since 14th of December last year. Everyone seems to have the same point of view. Leave her. I guess I will. I have to concede to her that she tried to be honest with me though, because she had the guts to tell me about the whole thing. Even though she didn't go through all the details I discovered afterwards. I know I would have been too much of a coward to do so in her place. But people are right, there is too much suffering. The only point that really kills me is the baby. I want to be part of his life 100%. WTF, humans are really messed up. The other guy is not the true father of the baby. Remember, she dumped him for me 4 years ago. I hear you though. I thought our ties were stronger than they are and didn't heed to her warnings. But we loved each other so much, we couldn't be without each other for a minute. And that lasted for at least 1 full year. I was blindfolded by love, it is true. And it actually felt great. The downfall is equally as strong. She is a smart and bright person. Everything in her is balanced except that dark passenger related to bonding. It's really hard to understand. Each day she says she loves me more than anything, but that she is the way she is. I just don't know how to distinguish the truth anymore. And even if it is true, I am sure I won't be able to handle it the way it is. I am just devastated that we are having a baby. It would have been so simple otherwise. I was so happy to become a father, you know. All these issues ruined everything. It is so lame I still can't realize what the duck is going on. Well, the guy is an ex, but they were together for a week when she dumped him for me. I don't know if the ties were that strong. We are not married, thank God. Shaggy, you are right for the being nuke. I will be. It's him or me, no other way. But in a way our story is already stained. Don't know if I will stay either way. My girl and I spoke thoroughly about her issues. She said it isn't new. In her past, she always left her boyfriends because she had the yearning for novelty and didn't feel anything for the jilted guy. In our case, she says she loves me deeply and can't leave me. That I am her pillar. Hope she doesn't duck think food ticket. That's probably why she thinks that having an affair might tame her impulses. I told her the more you feed it, the more it grows. She doesn't believe so. She says that she would rapidly grow tired of it anyway. Sick, I know. What can lead me on to know if she has Asperger's? I had a peek at her Facebook private messaging. She doesn't know I found out the password. I saw messages from that jerk saying they kissed only and that he of course wanted more etc. Pretty sure they didn't do anything else. Moreover, they saw each other at a bar. Besides, remember she is 6 months pregnant. She is noxious. Feels like crap all the time etc. Pretty sure nothing else happened except for all the messages, of course. 1. Well, she talked to me about her problems at the very beginning as warning, but as I didn't feel anything of the sort. The passion between us was unlimited. I didn't listen, my friend. 2. I make an okay salary. She makes $0. Her parents have money. They supply her. I know it sucks. But she has issues with finding a job. An odd thing I didn't mention in the messages I checked between her and the guy. She told him I was her husband and that she would never leave me. He actually got pissed off. Days later, I did it. I went nuke on her. I started by saying, "Do you love me?" She answered, "I do." I said, "In that case, prove it. Either you chose me and never have any contacts whatsoever with him. Either I am out of your life." The hard part was her reaction. She seemed anguished and asked the evening to think it over. I am heartbroken. I thought the answer was so evident. You guys were right, she is already far away. I can't believe I was so confident. Life sucks sometimes, and the real pain I feel is for the baby. His parents might be separated even before his arrival. The worst thing ever for me, really. Anyway, there is no point in complaining. Thanks to all of you for your reactivity and support. You helped me to see clear and be strong. Thanks again. Last time she promised me she wouldn't speak to him again and crap. I regularly checked her and noticed it wasn't true. I went nuke on her big time 2 days ago. I shouted, like I never did before in 3 years, at her face for about 1 hour, saying that if she has any contact whatsoever with that jerk, I will leave straight away and she would never see me again. She deleted plus blocked him from FB, put him on a blacklist on her phone. She promised me she would do anything to get our family back on track. I said I don't believe a word of what she says, because she lied to my face way too often. And that time will tell. I need solid proof of what she does and says, or else I won't believe anything. Not a goddamn word. I have her mailbox password, her FB password, and I will check regularly her phone calls. I now have access to her phone bills. But I don't know if I will hold. All of this story stained my love for her too. I didn't express it yet. I will wait and see what happens and how I will feel in a while. I don't want to take hasty decisions, although if she doesn't respect what she promised, I'm out and will not bend. Between a rock and hard place, as we say, that's where I am. But I will strong. My survival, sanity depends on it. We live in a remote location. She doesn't have a car. The OM lives far away and has a time-consuming job. Moreover, she is pregnant, is tired, has pain, etc. There is no way she can see him without me knowing. 3 days later, nothing really new for the moment. We are working things out. She didn't have any contacts with the OM for over a week now. She doesn't seem to be annoyed by it anymore. That's quite positive for me, although I am paranoid, jealous, and don't trust her for a second. That's really the hard part, to feel you can't trust your soulmate. She says that she won't have an affair if I am not ready to do the same. The thing is, I love my girl and have absolutely no desire to have an affair. Am I a strange man? Is it odd to not want to conquer every appealing woman one encounters? I don't know what is strange or not anymore. Although being a faithful man was a virtue few women were granted. But all in all, I believe that the faithful one always gets robbed. When you give everything to your partner, he or she takes it for granted and takes the high ground in the relationship. That is the moment where they can cross the limit. Lucky for me, I reacted swiftly and changed many things. Too bad I didn't react before, but better late than never. She says that she won't have an affair if I am not ready to do the same. Comments: better think hard on how different approaches you guys have about relationships. Her notions won't disappear out of respect. It's hardwired. Not even pregnancy stopped her. Sooner or later, she will cheat, just won't give you the heads up. She thought telling you, honesty, would preserve her integrity, but very soon went underground. She has very internalized the need for variety. She feels you are too basic. Who doesn't understand this need? You are not evolved enough. She will resent your alleged insecurity and jealousy issues. She will further lose respect you. Give her mindset. How much she will tell herself what he doesn't know won't hurt him next time a convenient potential OM pops up. OP responds, but she is the love of my life, and I won't give up without a fight. I just want a battle. I know the game isn't over. Although I understood some things in the process, I started to know how she works. I know what triggers her emotions, and I have leverage to do so. If I strike where it hurts, I can take the upper hand in the relationship and be the one the driver's seat. I really hate the idea of a relationship that isn't free of leadership and power struggles. But I now accept the way things are. A relationship is about power. You have it or she has it. If she has it, it's over for you. As horrible as it may seem, she needs to be subdued. And boy, I am the alpha male in our household and no other wolf will be able to supplant me. I will give what it takes to outwit anyone who tries. I will be ever watchful. I won't give up that easily, and I believe there is a way I can prevail. Things will not be easy. She dropped the idea of having an affair because I rejected the idea. That is right. We don't have the same views on the subject. That too is correct. But we both love each other. I can't just drop it. It's a war I have to wage. I don't have the choice. You know, when I look at our story, I was the wicked one in the first place, and made her suffer a big deal in the beginning. She stayed for me. Any sane woman would have fled me. That too is why I owe her a chance. Today the roles have switched, but what about tomorrow? Who knows? Maybe she will drop the idea about having an affair. We will have a kid in 2 months. The kid's well-being will surely be our main interest soon. Things will change. The concentrated chemical flux going through her body will soon cease. It may greatly influence her desires and choices in the good way. No one knows what the outcome will be, but I sure will try my best to make it work. Okay, well, I do have a choice, but both choices are painful as hell. Might as well try to keep things up than to destroy the whole thing. At least for the moment. I know her dark desires will not disappear with the baby and all. I do believe that she will be a little more balanced though, in general I mean. But I believe my approaching her in a different way may help. I believe that striking her where it hurts may help too. I didn't say I would win, but at least I feel much better off than before. and I know she deeply loves me despite of the whole crap I saw her face when I threatened leaving her. I guess it's the first time she really heard what I was saying, and it affected her deeply. She even told me afterwards that it changed things in her. Maybe temporarily, but it is still a start. I am sure that seeing me as warrior that would supplant any opponents put some of her crap back together. All in all, if I lose the game, well, at least I did my best and wouldn't live with regrets. Why did I get with this woman in the first place? She is an extraordinary girl, bright, smart, beautiful, loving, caring, balanced, calm. Really, man, any guy here meets a girl like her, he would fall in love at the drop of a dime. Although, her dark side is what it is. She likes seducing men as all women do. But the boundaries she set in her mind are different, I guess. Most people keep those dark thoughts as fantasies, and don't want to realize them. As I do. She is different and would like to realize some, I guess. I try to make her understand that the fantasies should remain fantasies. If not, they are no longer fantasies. She told me about her thoughts. I totally disapproved. And while she fights her darkness for the love we have, that's how I see the situation. I may be a fool, but I will try to do things for the best. My comment, maybe OP's wife is hot as he says, and he puts up with her behavior because of it. However, I just think it's too troublesome keeping a wife who fishes around. Story 2. I have been with my wife for 9 years, 8 of it married. We got married young, both of us had just turned 21, and she got pregnant 10 days after we became married. I have done many things wrong being a stay-at-home dad. I didn't do my fair share of chores for a good bit of the marriage, or I would give up on doing them because she wouldn't pick up after herself. 3 years ago, she started to disconnect. I knew she was unhappy and I knew it was me, but I couldn't get any feedback on what to change. She told me a few items and I made an honest effort to work and change on them. We had happy times still in those 3 years. I have pictures showing an honest smile and look of love in her eyes. But slowly but surely, we started having more and more fights. Her word, not mine. I was just trying to talk with her. They stayed civil enough, though, as tends to happen. Both sides have said hurtful things, and, in that end, I have been the greater problem without question. 5 months ago, I discovered she had at the very least an emotional affair. She says nothing physical happened, but she won't even own up to the fact that yes, she was letting another man romance her. We decided to work things out and things started to get better. We currently reside overseas and only one cell has long distance, so we occasionally swap phones. A few months ago I noticed when texting her to ask her a question, said guy's name was in the recently texted list. Shortly thereafter, on a day she didn't text me at all, there was a sudden deleted text. Her text inbox uses to always be full, so it was easy to notice, and not something I was looking for, but I saw and noticed nonetheless. She told me she didn't know how it happened. The BS. She has since been very protective over the long-distance phone, wanting me to express when I want it before giving it to me. About 2 weeks back I noticed a new name on the recently texted list. Some cat named Bruce Wayne. Yeah, that's right, my wife is now texting Batman. I looked through the phone book and sure enough the other guy is suddenly gone, and now we have Bruce Wayne, whose number strikes a bell. She of course denies everything. 2 Sundays ago, after a day out with her female friend, she tells me she wants a divorce, that she no longer loves me, that for 3 years she has been unhappy and scared to tell me. I asked her to consider a trial separation or marriage counseling, and she will have none of it. So now I am soon to be divorced. I have 2 kids with her, which as it stands, I am supposed to be getting full custody of until we can discuss it at a later time. My in-laws plan to help me get settled and possibly watch over my wee ones while I go through the law enforcement academy in Florida. Wife and I are still friendly and cordial to each other, and there is still a spark when she forgets she is supposed to be not in love with me. So here are my questions. 1. Yesterday she told me she didn't want to go for trial separation. I want to fight for the phone records for not closure but my own mental well-being. I could handle if she had an affair on some levels, but I know if I don't find out I will become resentful and inadvertently poison my children's minds. Should I pursue this course, and should I trust her to get the records on her own, or should I go with her? Do it through legal action. 2. If she did have an affair, how do I handle my in-laws? Because part of me, not to be mean, wants to let everyone know. If it is something that caused her to leave me, should I tell the people that might show their disapproval at such action and get her to reconsider her marriage to me and fixing it? I really don't want to lose my in-laws as family and am worried said course might do just that, but at the same time, well, yeah. Like I said, I realize there are other things that need fixing, but if there wasn't an affair, I truly think us getting some time apart can fix everything if she would just soften her heart. No contact doesn't work for me because I will be damned if she abandons her 2 children along with me. Oh, I don't own the affair, just the reasons she felt like it was okay to have one. It's on her for having done it, and I have confronted her on it multiple times. I made the decision that if she wanted a trial September, I could live with it. If she wanted divorce, I needed to know. I didn't tell her while she was thinking of the trial September because I was not trying to force her to save the marriage. Even if I found out she did, I would still take her back as long as she agreed to work on us, truly work on us, not lip service. I have just lost all faith and trust in this particular issue because right now it feels like the past 5 months were all a lie. I mean honestly with what I have described, and that was vaguely does anyone else draw up he was just a friend conclusion. I want to fight for my marriage, affair or not. She is the woman I love. She is also the mother of my children, makes me a better man when she isn't acting all crazy wife on me, and a million other things. At the bottom of the list is I came from a broken family and don't want that for my children. She is just unwilling to consider anything but a straight divorce. Has already timed when she will start dating again, etc. I know I can't force her to stay and am aware I need to basically do the 180 as much as possible and allow her to miss me. Granted, being a military family and overseas makes it a little harder. I just wish she would hold on the paperwork until she gets back to the States. I do want to go back now as it will make pulling the 180 a lot better. I can't get everything in order from over here. On a side note, like most young couples, we have a large amount of debt, caused primarily through her spending and me not putting my foot down. Though she says I am too controlling of the money, I really haven't been controlling enough. And even if she still wants to divorce me, I would like for the two of us to clear all our debts and walk away financially clean. That last part is the part that keeps kicking me in the gut. Like I said, no, she hasn't been happy for some time and have been trying, but it all feels like a big case of walk-away wife. I don't think she wants anything serious with OM, could be wrong there, but definitely think there is more to OM than what she will admit. It's the confronting her parents part now. As it is when I leave here, I have been planning to stay with them till I am on my feet, as I have been a stay-at-home dad for 7 years now and am currently in a foreign country. I have no means and am really starting from scratch. On the affair, I think it's just her way of enabling her heart to be hardened. Hard proof should be coming up soon, though I probably won't put it up here, will let you all know. Well, as hard of proof as I can get without stalking and getting a picture of her pants around her ankles. I also know you are supposed to expose it to the workplace, but her being military, I don't want her to get into legal trouble. I was dominating the relationship for sure, but I was never the quiet type. I have always been semi-assertive. I just always fell for believing her just because I love her, and then later saying sorry. Saying sorry after every fight is not the answer. And yeah, I have long known something else was going on. It's the getting the proof, which I know I am going to find via phone statements, and what to do with said proof. I am also a fixer. I have a very logical mind. Take the data offered, come to a conclusion, and then try to fix said problem. Something I definitely was doing wrong. I did spoil and smother her, though, in acts of kindness. Cold shoulder routine is going to be hard with her in the same house and the kids in the same house, but with her staying in Japan, I want the kids to be around their mother as long as possible before they don't see her for a year or more. OM is just a single guy, not even a man, because I have already taken the step of confronting him. Look scared. Not the oh my god we are going to get caught scared, but things are getting bad scared. We are living in Japan, so getting the phone records is a pain. She is no longer fighting me about it though, and we are going out in town to talk to a better phone company branch to get said records. Not her alone, not her with a friend, but me with her tagging along. I finally took step 1 of Affair Care's advice. Before, I always tried to talk to her about it. This time, I set the boundary and let her know there are consequences if she doesn't follow them. I also up and told her I am tired of being disrespected. She may be divorcing me, but for the time being she is still married to me. And regardless I am the father of her children, I will be respected and not walked all over. She kept saying how I looked like I was in a bad mood all night, when the truth was, I felt great. I just had this resolved, not going to cater to you look on my face all night, and went about doing my things. Thanks to all you wonderful people, and including her for telling me to listen to her dad. I am done chasing. I am done being the emotional luggage carrier. I am done saying sorry because she crossed one of my boundaries. She left her boots this morning at home and was wearing one of her girlfriends at work. Called me at 6:30 am asking me to bring them. Having slept like crap for the past 2 weeks, told her I am sleeping and will bring them when I wake up, then promptly hung up the phone. And yes, she did fall in love with some of my nice guy aspects, but I used to also be more of a jerk as well. Funny you think you are becoming a better man and doing what they want you to do, improving on the areas they complain the most about, and what you are really doing is pushing them farther away. And not to be vindictive, but I am kind of looking towards our first fight where she busts into the whole tears routine and I don't come find her and tell her I am sorry. Also, last night she snuggled up to me in bed. Yes, we are still sharing the same bed. Part of the whole living overseas, and she is not moving out of the house part. Not her choice, mine. My boundary I set up. She is still my wife, and she still have 2 children living under this roof who are not going to see their mother for a long time, whether we end up saving our marriage or not. People have suggested I need to once again start respecting myself. Being a stay-at-home dad has ruined all my self-respect. I have not been happy as one. I love my kids, cherish the extra time I got to spend with them, but I literally felt my testosterone draining away. Hell, how many guys do you know can say they have seen every episode of Charmed out of boredom, mind you, but still. And I refuse to leave my bed. She wants to sleep it in, fine. She ends up cuddling with me while I sleep, fine. I am a pretty good sleeper, though recently has been like crap, but one day at a time, right? Should I give her a timeline on the whole open arms back? I was thinking of letting her know, not discussing but sharing, that when she finishes her tour and gets back stateside, that's when the clock stops. I don't think I will ever really move on, and not going to subject someone else to the emotional baggage I am now carrying, but I also can't put my life on hold for her forever, always waiting for the day she comes home. Well, she just called, started to get nasty on the phone. She was talking about going to legal before I get phone records. I told her I would go, but I was not signing anything till after I get those phone records. She started disrespecting me, saying I was bullying her, trying to guilt trip me, etc. I called her on it. She got more disrespectful, so I said a right bye and hung up. And I don't care if she hides it more, like everyone here has been saying. Either first, I can't control her. Secondly, I have to think of myself, my emotional stability, and my children's well-being, and either A, she is divorcing me already, so what does it matter, B, she starts to truly realize the consequence of her actions. Funny how me doing something for me and not caving about signing papers before I have those phone records is suddenly me stalling and bullying her, though. She just can't wrap her head around the idea that it has nothing to do with her, it has to do with me. I am done pushing, I am done chasing, I done being the only one trying. She already knows I am. She, however, does not know I am currently sending her dad a message explaining everything, including a few years back where she got physically curious. I pushed her into being physically curious and me having an emotional affair. I didn't realize what it was at the time, but you know what they say about hindsight being 20/20 and all, and I think it was that event that set us on this course. So, message to father-in-law sent. I did my best to make sure it was not accusing or anything. Just told him the details of what has been going on and some key events in the past, such as me unknowingly having an Ia with the person she was exploring her desires with, her present Ia, and quite probably P, and no message back from him yet. I told him it was not an attempt to drag him in the middle. I just needed him to know and understand, in case things get nasty over me needing the phone records, that I have no intention, want, or need for things to get nasty, but this is why I need them. Emotional stability and health for myself as well as my kids. And why I won't sign anything till I have that closure. I really want to see what lies she has prepared for the new me. I am also curious if her father will accept and understand what I am saying, and furthermore confront her and make her feel even more shame for what she has done. No, I don't want to be vindictive, I just want her to reap what she sowed. No more eating of cake on my emotional tab. Yet another update. This has been very therapeutic for me. She has gone for the weekend camping at a bike show. Enabler even showed up to pick her up. When she told me, I took it in stride. Told her the way she approached me about it was disrespectful. I almost initially blew up. She told me in the car with the kids around. Luckily, I was about to get out to go to the store, which gave me my moment. Came back in the car, told her have a good weekend. Upon getting to the house, I told her how she disrespected me and I didn't appreciate it, nor will I stand for it. Her original line was, Enabler asked me to go to the bike festival this weekend, and I said yes. I instantly recognized it as one of her classic no-win situations. She has already agreed to go out. She made these plans before ever talking to me. If I say no, I was planning on doing this, I am controlling her. If I act all happy and say yes, then I am a doormat nice guy. So, I took the middle road, told her I can't control you, you're going to do what you do, but how you handled this was disrespectful to me. I am definitely done chasing. I quit chasing yesterday. The message to her father was part panic mode, part screw it, I am just coming clean. Yes, there was negative stuff in there about her, but it was not attacking in nature, just a look, this is what is happening. I value guys, not asking you to get in the middle, but this is why I need to do what I need to do. I realize I am giving them justification of my actions in a way. But for me it was more asserting, look, here's the truth, here's how I see it, you now know it, either accept me or don't mentality. Well, other updates. Had planned to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival today as a family unit. Apparently, W had different ideas and decided to go camping with the girls all weekend. Yes, I know, doesn't bother me anymore though. As already said, talk to father-in-law. This morning was a good chat and no longer have any worries on that front. Was a nice day, decided to take the kids to the Cherry Blossom Festival anyways. After all, it's not their fault and they were expecting to go. Was a good time. Had some ice cream. Well, they did. 4-year-old made herself an absolute mess. Rode a little old-school Japanese-style gondola on the river. Kids liked it. All in all, I think I needed today. It showed me what the future holds without the W. Quite honestly, it wasn't that bad. She hasn't been in it for years and I have been a single father who happened to be married. Today gave me the confidence to know that I can do it all. That I don't need her. Were some hard moments, I admit, mainly only when the kids would bring her up and I had to do my best to put on the smile. Quite honestly, lie through my teeth. I still love my W, I still want reconciliation. But at the same time, what the hell am I doing with a woman who is about to not see her kids for over a year and is not taking every available moment to spend with them? I mean, seriously, I know the fog is bad, but this is just inexcusable. My children do not deserve to be punished for the choices she is making in her life. I think she might go cut all strings route. This just made me feel like she could give a F less about her children. Glad she isn't going to fight me for custody. They deserve better. I am pretty much over it and ready to throw in the proverbial towel. Should I plan to give her the "I want you to be around the kids but either you respect me or get the F out" speech? I want the D to be civil for the sake of my kids. I am aware that this weekend out with the girls is probably nothing more than her spending time with other men. Hell, even how she came to me about it was disrespectful. She has no intention of reconciliation and is only mildly hiding other men. I keep thinking of my kids though and going, this might be the last time they ever see their mother. Yes, she is that deep in the fog. Only way I can explaining you not going to see your kids for a year or more and you aren't spending every free moment. But I am more and more just wanting this over with. I want to be with her but I don't need to be with her. I want her in my kids' lives but I don't need her in them. I know she knows I know, but accusing has gotten nowhere. In fact, it is getting me divorced. And trust me, I know she isn't the best role model for them, but I grew up in that broken household where mommy-daddy politics were always played. I detest both my parents for it. It's just getting hard to manage my needs and my kids' needs. And by throwing in the proverbial towel, I meant the divorce, not the other man. That towel is not thrown. In fact, trying to mount a rocky moment where I come back and just knock her out of her shoes, at least as far as the fog goes. I want her to realize she sacrificed everything for nothing. Hell, the guy is a little b-boy, and if I wasn't a father, just a married man, I would be sitting in jail right now, happily might I add, because my personal moral compass finds no problem with vengeance. I don't use it often but got no problem with it. But I get what you are saying, maybe it's time for some vengeance against the wife. Not to be nasty or mean, but just give her what she deserves, which is not a damn thing from me. Just wanted to add, even though I am pretty sure about this weekend out, it did me a lot of good. I ate 2 good meals over the 2 days. I usually only eat 1 good meal a day, the rest being grazing, and slept soundly if getting to bed late both nights. It was great all in all. A lot of the stress and anxiety is returning today though. Yeah, I know it will be easier in time, and I get the NC thing, just current situation the NC doesn't really work, and even once NC does work it will still have to be LC because of the kids. And I mean me having NC or LC with her, no other man. As has been suggested, her respect for me is too far gone right now and she is too deep in the fog for NC to be a reality with other man. And yes, want my D is final, there is a chance for reconciliation, but she is going to have to show a lot. She succeeded in her walk-away plan more than she realizes, because this guy will go back onto the market, and from hearing ladies talk, single fathers who don't badmouth their ex, got their act together, and know how to treat a woman with affection are cool. Also took my ring off today. Finger feels so bare now, but before, like when it would fall off and I would miss it, no, it feels liberated and weightless. She knows how much my ring means to me, so it will be interesting to see if she reacts. Not going to ring it up though. My comment, maybe another good ending coming. Will OP continue to respect himself? Part 2 coming in a few hours. See you in Part 2.